Hey everybody, welcome to That's Weird Stuff, the show where we share stories of the strange and bizarre. And last time we talked about a medical mystery, so why don't we keep it in that realm and talk about a different one? So December 22nd, 2010, Michael Faraday was found cremated in his living room next to an open fireplace. His remains too
Solved.
his remains burnt to lead to any conclusive cause of death, and investigators ruling out the fireplace as a cause of the fire, Jared. Faraday's death was ruled to be a case of the controversial phenomenon known as spontaneous human combustion. In 2006, a man in Geneva was found burnt from the chest to his knees. And while the chair was damaged by fire, everything else in the room was untouched except for being covered in a brown, greasy coating. In 1980, South Wales, a man was found much the same way in his living room, only leaving his skull and bottom half of his legs. In 1978, the body of 89-year-old Margaret Hogan was found in her Dublin home. Again, both lower portions of her legs were all that was found. And although some plastic flowers in the TV screen was melted, everything else was untouched. In perhaps the most famous case, Mary Reeser's ashen remains were found in 1951 in a burnt chair and only one bottom half of her leg remaining. Everything else in the room was untouched. Investigators believe that the woman may have died from the sleeping pills and a cigarette falling in her lap. While most scientists dismiss the idea of spontaneous human combustion, theories such as cigarettes or cigars igniting the fat of human just seem a little far fetched. The best guess experts have been to come up with is a theory called the wick effect, when a fire of intense and low flames burns the fat of a person slowly from the inside. No, this does not explain why no accelerants have been found near the bodies or the lack of source of fire that seems capable of starting such an event. So, spontaneous human combustion.
I didn't know it was controversial. I thought it was just
You thought it was
like
just a thing?
the white whale, like, "Ooh, it happened," kind of thing.
So it's been happening for a long time. Charles Dickens wrote about it when he did research for it, put it in a novel. So I don't buy any of the explanations, but what do you guys think is happening?
Clearly vampires.
Vamp they were
They're
vampires.
like,
'Cause it's
"Burn
like
us, will
the
you?"
shadow's just hitting the legs right. So it's not burning the legs. It's just very direct sunlight and the parts burning up on him. Although the first guy, I feel like someone killed him and was going to throw his ashes in the fireplace, but dropped him before they made it to it. They're like, oh, just hide the ashes in there and they'll never know it's him. But then they tripped and spilled him.
They spilled him.
But the other people, vampires. Yeah, clearly.
Jared, vampires?
Except maybe the
I don't know,
smoking lady. Maybe she just died because she burned
Why
herself.
do their legs stay? Oh, because you said shadows.
Yeah, the sunlight was just cutting across their calves for some reason. Or they had long socks on. But they were butt naked from the kneecaps up.
Why
It's
was
weird.
the chair not burned? Vampire. It's a vampire chair.
What's weird is there's always like a fire nearby or a fireplace or someone smoking. A lot of them are smoking, but that doesn't seem like it would just be
Smoking kills.
One
It does.
video I saw was just like when people are fat, the oil and the fire just, and then they
Yeah,
go.
but it's got to
whoosh.
get into the fat. I mean, there's some skin in the way.
There's some people that are just so fat, just flies off them. Dude.
Leaks out. Okay.
Can you imagine like the old 1700s accounts of just the people are like witch or something? Like,
Yeah,
the
probably.
devil was in Timmy. I knew it. I just want like
went up in flames.
Be a dark day, but like to actually have that happen next to you with someone just goes. Well,
What happened?
okay then.
Yeah, it never happens when someone's around.
Mhm.
No, they're always like older people too. It's weird. And the legs have to have some fat on them too, right? Legs are pretty fatty. Why aren't they burning it?
No,
I'm not
not the
buying
bottom
this.
half. There's just calves.
That's fat, right? When
That's
you're
muscle.
fat. No, when you're fat, that's fat, right?
That's
It's
like the
fat.
last place to
It's
get
the
fat.
last
The
place you get
kinkles.
fat is the calves, obviously.
The kinkle.
I've never looked at a calf and been like, man, that is some fat.
And there was that one person where only one of the legs burned up, and the other one was the other
One
one.
was
They
fat, one
worked out
wasn't.
that calf really well.
Did they hop around all the time?
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. It's a mystery. It hasn't happened too recently. What was the last one? 2010 or something. So maybe we're up for another one someday. Tell us what your theories are about spontaneous human combustion. Give us some likes, notify yourself for even more weird stuff, and we will see you next time.